What's up everyone, my name's Curtis, and in this video I'll be showcasing you a save that I've simulated to the year 2024 in the beta version of Football Manager 2017. In this save we'll be looking at how the players who are 21 or younger from 2016 have progressed and should be considered as Wonderkids. I've gone ahead and made my own personal shortlist of these players that I have found to progress into good players worth picking up. I have even joined Barcelona just for the purpose of using their scouts to scout these players and to maybe get a little bit more insight on them. I won't be ranking these players from best to worst in this video, but you can look forward to my upcoming videos where I'll be going more in depth on these players' rankings and who should be considered as must-adds. The list won't be perfect by any means, but it is a good starting point before the real game has come out to showcase some of the best young players in the game. And just a quick little disclaimer before we go over these players. I'll most likely be completely butchering these players' names, so please forgive me if I say any of their names completely wrong. Also, my interface uses the color orange for the highest attribute points, and then green for the second most, and then it uses white and then gray for the worst. So just to let you know that orange, if you see orange, that's the highest, green the second highest. But yeah, let's go ahead and go into our first position, which will be goalkeepers. Okay, so for goalkeepers, at the top you see Donnarumma, and when we go into his attribute page, you'll see why. His attributes are perfect. I mean, for a goalkeeper, you've got all the goalkeeping stats like through the roof. The only ones that aren't through the roof are the ones that you don't really care about for goalkeepers. He is by far and away the best goalkeeper that's under 21 at the start of the game. If you're able to pick him up, do it. You can have him on your team like 15 plus years. And if we look just as a reference point for PSG in this save, they spent £13 million for him. I think that's a complete bargain, especially if you're going to be able to keep him on your team for that like 15 years. That I am easily willing to fork up £15 million for him. So next up would be Drakowski. He also looks pretty strong. His attributes aren't nearly as good as Donnarumma, which is to be expected, but he still is a worthy option if you're looking for maybe if he is cheaper than Donnarumma, then that's also an option, is if you need a little bit cheaper of a player. He may also be a player that you could pick him up that is on a club, or that you were playing a club that isn't as high reputation, that maybe Donnarumma wouldn't be willing to join, but then Drakowski might be willing to join. And let's go ahead and see. We got Alex Merritt. He's also pretty good. His one-on-one's looking good. Reflexes is at 17. Yeah, any of these top three players are very good. Even Miles Svilar, he looks great. I actually had him on my team in my Football Manager 2016 save, and he was good. I did use him as a backup a lot, though. But, I mean, if you're like a mid-table team in like the England Premier League, then he's definitely worth picking up. Let's see. There's actually one interesting little thing to note is out of these 11 young players, 3 of them are Italians. So it looks like the Italians this year for young goalkeepers are where you're going to be looking at, especially Donnarumma. I can't stress it enough. Donnarumma, he's the best. All right, let's go ahead and look at our next position, which will be fullbacks. All right, for fullbacks, I need to go defender right and then defender left. Okay, so at the top, you'll see Joshua Kimmich. And, yeah, well, I can see why. He has very strong stats here, especially for mentals. His mentals are very high. His physicals are a bit on the low side, especially the pace. For fullbacks, you want a very high pace, and unfortunately, he's only got 11. He's still going to be good, though, especially because he's like a Swiss Army knife. If you look over here at the positions he can play, he's got 3 natural positions and then many more other positions that he could play, even an attacking midfielder. But So Kimmich would be a great option if you're able to pick him up. Luke Shaw, he's on Manchester United, so it's going to be a bit harder to pick him up. He can play pretty much anywhere on that left side of the field, and his physicals are through the roof. Great player. Marking's great. Tackling's great. He turns out to be a very quality player. And, yeah, he stays on Manchester United, which is to be expected. Manchester United should be looking to hold on to him until he gets older, at least, and starts declining. All right, another fullback to look at would be Hector Bellerin. He's probably going to be a bit hard to sign, just like Luke Shaw, because he's on Arsenal. And as you can see here, his pace is through the freaking roof. I'm actually surprised it's not 20, but 19 is very respectable as well. And just a very good Spanish fullback that plays on the right side. Let's see. There is a few other. Actually, there is one player that isn't on this list because he's on Barcelona, so he can't show up on my short list, unfortunately. So let me go ahead and show him real quick. His name is Alex Grimaldo, and he is another Spanish fullback, but he plays on the left side. And he looks very strong. Like, he's got very strong technicals, mentals, and physicals. He's like a complete player, I would say. He could even play as an attacking midfield left, which this guy's a great player. I mean, if you're able to pick him up, I would do it. Looks like he starts off in your save at Benfica, so he may be a little bit hard to pick up as well. So if you're looking for players that'll be easy to pick up, that are going to turn into really strong players, then be sure to check out one of my future videos. I'm going to go into some bargain Wonderkids, but that'll be for a later video, not for this one. This one I'm just kind of looking at just all the Wonderkids in general. Doesn't matter if they're expensive or cheap, just whoever's 21 or younger is going to be included in this video, excluding regens, obviously, since your save will have different regens than my save. But let's go ahead and move on to the next area, which would be center backs. And here you'll see center backs. You've got Rugani here, an Italian center back for Juventus. And wow, he looks really good. His physical's great, mental's great, heading, marking, and tackling all 16. So this player is a very good player. Does he start at Juventus? Let's see. Yep, it looks like he is on Juventus, so he's probably going to be a hard to sign player. Then, here's a player that a lot of you probably know. In the past, like 1 or 2 Football Manager games, he has been a great player to sign for your team because he's usually cheap, and you can have him on your team for like 10 years. And that would be Emmanuel Mamana. He's got heading, marking, and tackling at 16, just like the past player we just saw. So mental's amazing, physical's amazing. So if you're able to pick up Emmanuel here, I would definitely do it. Looks like Juventus was able to pick him up on this save, but he should start off on River in Argentina, so he should be an easy to pick up player, I would say. I haven't actually looked into it yet. But another one would be Andreas Christensen. He looks pretty good as well. He's, I would say, maybe not as good as the other 2 I just showed, but I mean, he would be another great option. Is he cheap? Let's see here. Looks like he is on Chelsea, but he goes on loan at whenever the game is started. So just a little interesting there. You might be able to pick him up, maybe not. Jose Gimenez. I don't know if that's how you say his name, but this player, he's on Atletico Madrid, and he is a very strong player. He's going to be expensive as heck, though. And rightly so. I mean, he's a very strong player. But time to go to our next position, which will be... Let's actually look. Oh, actually, before we move on, there's 2 players not on this list, which would be Nicolas Soule? Something like that. Another great player. He signed by Barcelona in this save on a free. Holy crap. So Hoffenheim just let him go, which is absolutely insane. So you may be able to pick this guy up for pretty on the pretty cheap here. 6'4", 200 pounds. Holy crap. That's one of the heavier players I've seen in this game. Heading, marking, tackling, all exactly where you want them. High as heck. Physical's great. One other player to look at would be Jonathan Ta. And this player looks equally as good. I mean, not mentals. I was going to say physicals. Physicals are looking great. And mentals actually look great too. I mean, flair you don't want, off the ball, who cares? Aggression, who cares? Bravery is what you do want though. Maybe a little bit lower than you would expect. But hey, he's still a good player. And let's go ahead and get back here. We're going to go into the next positions, which would be... What is the next positions? It's defensive mids and midfield centers. So let's see. Defensive mids, midfield centers. And wow, right off the bat, you'll see that the top three, according to the Barcelona scouting team, they're all three Portuguese, which is kind of crazy. You'll probably recognize some of these names. Ruben Neves, he's been a quality pickup for a little bit in Football Managers. Just looking at oh my God, those mentals are amazing. Holy crap. Passing 18, long shot 16, first touch 16. Good Lord. Tackling and marking's even good. So he can be a great attacking midfielder and a defensive midfielder. So maybe put him as like a box to box or something. Like, this guy is very, very strong. He can play anywhere in the midfield and do whatever you want him to do, and he'll be able to do it. This guy is amazing. Dribbling's a little low, so maybe he can't just take the ball himself. He's going to be looking to pass it more, but this guy is great. Holy crap. How much? 21 million. That's actually, it is high, but I mean, for someone this good, I think that's a bargain, honestly. Then you got like Renato Sanchez. He is pretty great as well. I mean, oh my God. Let me actually compare between these two people here. Ruben Neves and Renato Sanchez. Huh. Wow. Okay, so you're missing the aggression and the bravery. So I would say maybe Renato Sanchez. You're getting a little bit of a different type of player. I mean, they're both very good, I would say. I was going to say Renato Sanchez could actually be a little bit better defensively because of the aggression and bravery, but then his marking and tackling are actually not as high as Ruben Neves is. So, I don't know. He plays a little bit differently, but he's still... Actually, something I just noticed is both of these players are on PSG, so they're taking full advantage of the Portuguese gold mine of midfielders that they have over there. Looking at the... I don't even know what this is called. The attribute wheel pentagon or hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, octagon. Oh man, I don't actually use this very much, but I know a lot of people like to look at this. Let's see, and then even another Portuguese player, but he's on Real Madrid. My God. Okay, so he's gonna be your looking to get forward type player. His dribbling is a little higher. His marking and tackling are lower. This is going to be the guy that takes the ball up the field for you, which would be pretty nice for like an advanced playmaker or something. Passing's 18. What a boss. This guy's amazing. And then you got Dele Alli. He is probably England's one of their brightest prospects coming through right now from the Tottenham team. So it's going to be a bit hard to probably pick him up. Let's actually, out of curiosity's sake, how much PSG had to spend. 60 million pounds. I would imagine. Yep. So if you've got 60 million pounds to throw away to get a player, Dele Alli is a solid bet. You've got okay, this guy's amazing. Yeah. He's not good at on the defensive side of things, but everything looking forward, moving the ball forward, he's amazing. This guy, even his finishing is at 16. For a midfielder, good Lord, that is high. Long shots out of 15. This guy's looking to score goals. He's looking to score goals from the midfield. I like to see that. Even Joshua Kimmich comes up here in the top of the list, even though he could play fullback. He might actually be a better midfielder, actually, since his pace is a little low. Still quality option. I mean, this guy is a great Swiss Army knife type player. Another player that everyone probably knows, actually, these three players right here, Yuri Tielemans, Andres Cubas, and Thiago Maia. These three players they were great options to pick up in last Football Managers. Let's go and look at how they progressed. Yuri, actually, not as high as I thought he would be in terms of his attributes. He's still very good, though. He gets signed by Bayern in our save. 42 million pounds. Passing. He's not terrible on the defensive side of things. He's all about going forward. A little bit lower in the attributes than I expected, honestly. Let's go and look at these other ones. We've got the Andres Cubas. Actually, I want to see, does he get signed before the game starts? No. Okay, so Andres Cubas is going to be a guy you're looking to get on the cheap. Marking, passing, wow, tackling. Okay, so this guy, he's going to be your like ball-winning midfielder, and he's even great at passing, which is just really just helps out a lot for the midfield. Mentals, just as good. I mean, he's not going to be your like leader, or I mean your captain, but everything like he's got your mentals. He's got the mentals you want from a midfielder. He's got even the physicals. He's not that fast, but he's still pretty fast for a midfielder. I mean, this guy's great. He's the complete package. Technically, not the complete package, but everything you want from a midfielder, he's got. Let's see. Thiago Maia. This guy looks great as well. Okay, he's going to be just like Andres, where he's going to be looking to take the ball or get the ball back to your team, and then he's great at passing it to move it up the field. This guy I would actually say is a little bit better than the Andres Cubas. Let's actually compare those two. So, oh, wow. So, who is the green? Green is Thiago. Okay, so Thiago, his vision's a little low. Speed is a little low. But everything else, aerially, he's better. So, if you're Thiago Maia, I would say is a little bit better of a bet to pick up. But oh, he's actually still in Brazil in this. Okay, so, yeah, you might be able to pick him up for cheap. It looks like Benfica picked him up for free. So, look out for this player if you want to pick up someone cheap. Another interesting player, Will Hughes. I always like to see how he turns out in these Football Manager games. He actually gets signed by Liverpool, which is good to see. I'm a Liverpool fan, and I think he is too. Let me actually look. Yeah, he's a Liverpool supporter. So I always like to see if he ends up in Liverpool because he's on Derby now. And it's always interesting to see how he turns out. All right. Actually, where's another one? Lewis Cook is another player that I like to look for. Yeah, Lewis Cook, usually a great English player to pick up if you're looking for a good English player. Doesn't look like he turns out as good as he did, at least in my last Football Manager, in Football Manager 16, I should say. Still a good player, though. Wow. Okay, Liverpool picked him up for free. These are some shocking transfers I'm seeing here. Like, a lot of these great players getting free transfers. Wow. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next little positions, though, which will be the wingers. So we've got midfield right. Then we got attacking mid right. And then we got midfield left, attacking mid left. Okay, so Bernardo Silva up on the list, another Portuguese player. Okay, so the Portuguese are all about attacking. They are going to be great midfield, great wingers. I'm actually shocked. Like, this Portuguese team, what are they? Look at this. Yeah. I was going to say, if they're not in the top 5, I'll be shocked because after looking at this, apparently the whoever scouts the teams on Football Manager for SI, I should say, they are liking to look at these Portuguese teams, and I don't blame them. I mean, look at this. Okay, Bernardo Silva, he's been good for quite a while to pick up, but look at these stats. Holy crap. Technically, he is as good as you could ever come by. This guy is what you want for an attacking player. He's got perfect stats. I mean, a perfect would be 20, but like for someone to have this many good stats, my God. Okay, well, anyway, Ousmane Dembele, also a great option to pick up. Looks like he gets signed by Manchester City from Dortmund. Okay, so you're not going to be able to get this guy on the cheap, as Manchester City had to spend £82 million on this guy. Let's take a look at his attributes. Pretty good. Yeah, like what's great about this player is he can take your corners, he can take your free kicks. He's not going to be taking your penalties, but he can take care of those, what are they called? Set pieces. He can take care of your set pieces for you. And he's going to take care of your attacking. He's going to take care of your left or the right side. He's natural and on 4 different positions. That is amazing. So look to him if you like diversity in your players where they can play the right or the left. Someone that I have to point out since I'm American is Christian Pulisic. He's looking quite well. He's in a top 3 of wingers according to Football Manager I guess I should say according to Barcelona's scouting team. Looks pretty strong. I mean, there is a little bit of low stats that I'm seeing here. He's just on the cusp of being like world class, but he's not quite there. He's very good. Clearly the best American player in the Football Manager game. Probably the only one that's going to be on this list. I'm almost guaranteed he's going to be the only one on this list. Looks like he stays in Dortmund, which I would say is a great choice for him. Dortmund's a great team, especially for building young players. Martin Odegaard is another player a lot of people probably know. Ended up getting signed to Real Madrid. Let's see how he turned out. Ended up going on loan a crap ton of times. And then ended up in Bayern for $29 million. Stats looking great, but I'm actually surprised how low some of his mentals are. His mentals are very lacking in some areas. Let's see, how much was he spent for? $29 million? I don't know if he's worth it, honestly. I mean, he is great, but I like a player with really good mentals, and he just doesn't have those. And he's not that strong of a player. He is very good technically, though. I won't doubt that one bit. His technicals are great. But let's see. Anyone else? Lincoln is another player that has been a great option to sign. He usually can be picked up for pretty cheap as well. Let's see. Yep, £5.5 million on this save. I would say Lincoln, if you're looking for a cheap option, would be a good one. Oh, actually, sorry. I should probably look at the stats a little bit more here. Mentals looking great. Physicals great. Yep, this guy's a complete package. Very good player. Anyone else I notice here? Anthony Martial. He's more of a striker though, but it looks like he can play on the wing as well. Turned out pretty well. Turned out in Manchester City, which is quite odd to see since in real life is in Manchester United. Good Lord. Okay. PSG signed him for £72 million. And then they end up trading him to Manchester City for $59 million. Wow. It's pretty crazy. Let's see. No one else really that I want to bring out here. Let's go ahead and move on to the next area, which will be the number 10 role. Number 10 role will be the attacking midfield center position. So let's go ahead and switch to that. And we'll see. Wow. Okay, wait. Is this... Yeah, he was in our another Portuguese player, but he was in our list of midfield centers. And then Bernardo Silva, Dele Alli. We've already reviewed those. Christian Pulisic. I already reviewed him. Oliver. Looks like we got 2 good Spanish players. Let's check them out. We got Oliver here, who... technically looks amazing. Mentally, he's not that aggressive, but not that brave, but everything else really good. Let's see. He's not going to be helping on defensively like at all, but that doesn't matter. I mean, he's for the number 10 role. And he starts off on loan to Porto, it looks like. So he's probably going to be a bit of a harder player to sign since he's on Atletico Madrid. And if you want to sign a player from them, you're usually going to have to spend a pretty penny. And it looks like he's not even up for a transfer. So, like, not even a price listed for him. What was it? Mikel Oyarzabal. Okay, that's a really hard to say last name. Oyarzabal. Well, anyway, this player looks amazing. He's still only 27. Only 27. Technically, he has a lot of good technical stats. That's actually quite impressive. He's very technically well-rounded, I should say. Nothing's like super good. Like nothing's in the orange here, except for technique. But like he has all of them really at a good, above average stat. Then you got the physicals, you got the mentals. Everything is looking good in this guy. I would definitely say he's a good option. Holy 100 million. Okay, sorry. I I was not expecting that. Oh my goodness. That is insane. 100 million PSG spent. That is absolutely insane. Okay, well, that was shocking. Raheem Sterling. You know, this seems to happen a lot with Raheem Sterling in my saves, is he ends up becoming unhappy at Manchester City. It's probably because they have so many good players. Raheem actually didn't turn out as good as I thought he would in my other saves that I've done. He hasn't turned out very well in this one. Physicals obviously are amazing. He's a very fast player. Let's see. Dribbling's great. Mentals are a bit on the low side overall. I mean, you got your flair, which is good, and off the ball and stuff like that. But honestly, wow. Okay. Apparently he can unconvincingly play fullback on the right-hand side, which is a bit interesting because his tackling's a 9, marking's a 9. Stays at Manchester City. Quite interesting to see. Adnan Januzaj. He's another player that I've always been interested to see how he turns out. Pretty creative player on the wing and even as a 10 if you want. I like this guy. He looks pretty good. I mean, let's see. He actually goes to Real Madrid for a little bit and then back to Manchester United. You might be able to pick him up for a little cheap. I don't know. 27 million is a little bit pricey though. James Ward-Prowse, another good English player for Southampton. Looks like he stays on Southampton. Wow. So he's a one-club man. That's pretty awesome to see. Very rare nowadays. All right, well, let's go to our last area, which will be probably what a lot of you want to see, which is the striker position. And bam, look at this guy, Lautaro Martinez, an Argentinian. Oh, wow. Just as if you thought the Argentinians were done producing amazing strikers like Lionel Messi. You've got another one coming. This guy looks pretty freaking good. Holy crap. Dribbling, finishing, long shots, technique, all through the roof. He can even pass the ball. A little bit low in the heading, but wow, who cares when you've got stats like this? Look at those mentals. Good Lord. Okay, decisions, determination, flair, anticipation off the ball. Wow. Okay. Positioning, that's a little low, I will admit. The positioning's a little low, but my God, everything else is perfect. This guy, okay, where does he start in? He starts in Argentina for the Racing Club. Okay, this is a player you're going to want to pick up. PSG signed him for $5 million. That is so cheap for how good this player is. Okay, pick this guy up in your saves. He turns out to be one of the greatest strikers in the game. This is a player that I have not seen actually before until this year. I must have just completely missed him in my other saves, or I don't know. But this guy, very good. Let's go and look at the other ones. Maxwell Cornet. He looks. I mean, after looking at that other player, this guy doesn't look as impressive, but God, still good stats. Finishing a little low, heading a little low, actually. I'm not too impressed with this guy, honestly. The finishing is a little low for my taste. Still a good player, though. I mean, unless you can't pick him up for cheap, then no thank you. Yeah. Okay, well... Oh, wow. Just when you thought there couldn't be any more great Portuguese on the list, you got Zé Gomes. Good Lord. Okay, Barcelona, or not Barcelona. Portugal is going to be completely set on midfielders, wingers, the attacking playmakers, and like strikers. They're set for the next decade. Wow. They're going to be a team to look at for the national team, at least. They're going to be very strong going forward. Heading, he's a great header. Look at this. Okay, so this guy is like really strong. He could be like a target man. He's essentially like a complete forward. I mean, his passing's a little low though. Mentals, like the positioning and teamwork and stuff like that, are a little low, but everything else is really strong. This guy's looking great. Scored 43 goals for his international team. Looking really strong. Anyone else that should be? Kelechi Iheanacho. Let's check him out. He always turns out really well, and yeah, he turns out really well in this save as well. This guy is very good. I think he's on Manchester City, so it's going to be a bit harder to sign him. And let me look. Someone that I maybe missed is Gabriel Barbosa. I mean, I know he got signed by... Who did he get signed by? Inter. So he's not going to be a cheap option anymore since he's not coming out of Brazil from Santos. Let's go ahead and see how he turned out. All right. Well, it still looks almost as good as FM16 in terms of some of the saves that I've seen, but it's actually... He hasn't been as good as in my other saves that I've seen. He's still very good, though. And he always ends up in either like Dortmund or Bayern. Those two teams always seem to pick him up, or maybe like a Liverpool sometimes picks him up. But I mostly always see him either Dortmund or Bayern in almost all of my saves. Let's see. There's a couple players that I've missed because they're on Barcelona. So let me go ahead and look at them real quick. We've got, let's see. I'm saying let's see a lot, I'm sorry. Angel Correa? Angel? I don't know how you say that in like a Spanish tone or whatever language this would be in. Argentinian. He's an Argentinian, and his passing technique, very good. This guy's great. Yeah, this guy's been on my radar in a lot of my saves and turns out pretty well. I mean, wow, that flair, 19. Very creative player, which is what you like to see in the number 10 role. Who was the other one that I saw that I missed? Oh, this guy. Or no, did I already look at this guy? Yeah, I already looked at this guy. I think that might be it. I think I covered all the players that I wanted to. Actually, I got a player that I have listed here. Who is this guy? This is an Italian striker that gets signed by Leverkusen. Passing's not as high. He's going to be the guy that's going to be the last person to touch the ball before you try to shoot it. He's going to be the guy that takes the chances, is what I guess I'm trying to say. He looks pretty good, though. Is he cheap? No, he's not cheap. And he's on Juventus. Okay, so not going to be an easy guy to sign. I think that's everybody. Oh, Briel and Bolo. Let's see. He 21 million. So he gets signed by Schalke. I never knew that. He might not be a cheap option to pick up anymore. Divock Origi, how does he turn out? Not bad. Actually, penalty kicking or taking. Not that bad either. Not a bad option. He's not going to be cheap, though. Well, that's going to conclude my overview of the Wonderkids in FM 2017 and how they have progressed in the 8 years time that I've simulated here. If you have any players that you think that should have been added to the list, then please leave a comment letting me know, and I'll try to take a look at them and add them in one of my future videos. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. I'll be making more Football Manager videos in the very near future that will include a more in-depth look at these Wonderkids, ones that may be like bargains or like ones that are definitive, you must add these players like Donnarumma is this year. If you'd like to see more, be sure to subscribe. I'll be releasing more Football Manager videos. I'll probably eventually be doing my own like career save that I'll be showing. Not too sure which team I want to do. If you would like to leave a comment on which team you would like to see me do as a career save, please be sure to do that and I'll consider it. But thanks for watching this video, and I hope this information will help you in your own personal Football Manager saves, and I'll see you guys next time.